These next two chapters, chapters 8 and 9, will demonstrate the hi-hat and bass drum techniques I regularly use. Unfortunately, most drummers never really spend much time thinking about proper foot technique. Hand technique usually gets much more attention, and as a result, most drummers end up using their feet inefficiently. The technique I use incorporates an upstroke and a downstroke, which is actually very similar to proper hand technique. I also use a side-to-side foot shifting technique that enables me to play in a relaxed manner without tiring. This technique also allows me to play fast splashes on the hi-hat and doubles on the bass drum. Here is a short demo of my hi-hat technique. Exercise 1. Basic closed downstroke. As you see, my heel is up and ready for the splash motion. The stroke is created with the ball of my foot. Exercise number 2, basic splash upstroke. In this exercise, the heel hits first. You have to put some energy into the heel stroke, which takes some getting used to. By rocking the heel to the toe, I can control the length of the splash. I can control the dynamics of the splash by lifting the heel higher. Exercise number 3, open to close technique. This exercise is a combination of the two previous strokes. You can see that at the end of an up splashed stroke, I am shifting my foot sideways to the left. Exercise number 4, fast splashes. Now let's do some faster splashes on the hi-hat. You will have to keep your heel a little lower to recover in time for the next stroke. Notice how I'm coming down directly onto my heel. Exercise number 5, hi-hat foot choke technique. This technique involves a quick front-to-back motion of your foot, similar in rhythm to 2/16 notes. This is very useful when you want to avoid the disco effect, and also allows you to play short, choke-type effects with your foot. Exercise number 6, 2 closed, 1 open pattern in 4/4 time. This is a common ostinato I use for Afro Cuban rhythms to simulate a güiro pattern on the hi-hat. Exercise number 7, 2 closed, 1 open pattern in 3/4 time. Here is the same pattern in 3/4 time. This also works great for 6/8 rhythms. Exercise number 8. This is a choke to splash pattern that I use in many of the Brazilian grooves that I play. Exercise number 9. Here's the same choke concept applied to a 2/3 Son Clave. Exercise number 10. This is a faster version of the previous clave pattern. The choke pattern is also slightly different. Chapter 9. Bass drum and hi-hat technique. Now I will demonstrate some exercises for both the bass drum and hi-hat. I have placed a camera above the set so you can see the movement of both feet. I will play through some of the ostinatos that I played in the previous chapters. Exercise number 1, motion observation. These 3 exercises demonstrate the motion of both feet as I play through some typical patterns. Notice the side-to-side motion of both feet. It should look like you are dancing on the pedals, without any tension whatsoever. Exercise number 2, 3/4 hi-hat with independent bass drum. In this exercise, you can see the contrary motion between the feet. The hi-hat is on autopilot with the side-to-side motion, which allows the bass drum to play polyrhythms or just about anything else against it. Exercise number 3, 2/3 Son Clave splashed hi-hat with bass drum bombo note. This is the typical pattern I use for many Afro-Cuban grooves such as mambo and songo. Exercise number 4, feathering the bass drum when playing jazz time. Feathering means playing very soft on the bass drum. In this case, I am playing 4 quarter notes to the bar. The drum should be felt but not really heard, and also should mimic a walking bass line. If you lift your heel slightly, this technique becomes much easier. You should also stay very close to the head.